As we move deeper into autumn, there's finally some welcome news for millions of pensioners across the United Kingdom. After months of waiting and speculation, Prime Minister Keir Starmer's government has officially confirmed that a new pension payment rise will begin at the end of October, a move expected to provide noticeable financial relief for retirees who've been struggling with the rising cost of living. This isn't a rumor or a political tease. The Department for Work and Pensions has verified that the next pension increase will officially start on October 27th, and eligible pensioners will see the change reflected automatically in their regular payments. For many, this is more than just an adjustment on paper. It's a much-needed boost to help keep up with daily essentials, food, heating, transport, and everything else that's gotten more expensive in recent years. Let's go through everything you need to know: who qualifies, what the changes mean, how much the increase might add to your income, and why this rise matters so much right now. At Pensioners Corner, we always bring you verified, trustworthy information. No false claims, no clickbait, and no promises that can't be backed up. Just real updates that matter to real people. Over the past few years, the cost of living has hit older citizens especially hard. Many pensioners have found themselves cutting back on heating, skipping social activities, or even dipping into savings to manage rising bills. With inflation affecting everyday goods and energy prices staying unpredictable, every pound makes a difference. That's why this confirmed rise is such a big deal. Under the triple lock system, a policy that ensures the state pension rises each year by whichever is highest among inflation, average earnings, or 2.5%, this year's calculation has come out strongly in favor of pensioners. Recent official figures showed average earnings growth of more than 6%. That means the state pension will rise by around 6%, starting from October 27th. It's an automatic increase that applies across both the basic state pension and the new state pension, depending on when you first became eligible. So, what does that mean in practical terms? For those on the basic state pension, which usually applies to people who reached pension age before April 2016, weekly payments are expected to rise from around £169.50 to roughly £180. For pensioners on the newer state pension, introduced in 2016, weekly payments could go from about £221.20 to nearly £235, depending on final adjustments. Across a full year, that's an increase of roughly £700 to £750 per person, a sum that could make a genuine difference in managing daily costs, especially as we approach winter. And there's more good news. There's no need to apply for anything or fill out new forms. The Department for Work and Pensions has confirmed that these increases will be processed automatically. If you already receive the state pension, you'll simply see the higher rate appear in your next payment after October 27th. And this timing isn't accidental either. The government has aligned this adjustment just before the colder months, when heating costs typically rise and many older people face increased financial pressure. Combined with winter fuel payments and other existing forms of seasonal support, this rise could provide a timely cushion to help pensioners stay warm and comfortable through the season. Prime Minister Keir Starmer has made it clear that maintaining the triple lock is a core part of his government's policy on retirement income. There had been discussions in the past about whether the triple lock might be scaled back to reduce government spending, but recent statements confirm that it will remain in place. This October increase is the first clear sign of that ongoing commitment. Economists note that this will be one of the largest pension rises in over a decade. In fact, it rivals the significant boosts seen after the pandemic, when wage growth spiked temporarily. But beyond the numbers, it carries an important message: that the contributions and hard work of older citizens continue to be recognized and valued. Not everyone agrees, of course. Some critics argue that keeping the triple lock is becoming increasingly costly for the Treasury, as more people enter retirement age each year. They worry about the long-term affordability of maintaining such generous increases. However, many pensioners groups point out that the rise isn't about luxury, It's about basic dignity. For people living on fixed incomes, even a few extra pounds a week can mean the difference between staying financially stable or having to make difficult choices about essentials like heating and food. Take, for example, an average pensioner, perhaps someone like Margaret, a 72-year-old widow from Birmingham. Like many, she's proud of managing her own budget, but rising costs have made it harder each year. After rent, utilities, and groceries, there's often little left at the end of the month. For her, and thousands like her, this October adjustment could mean less stress and more stability heading into winter. And there's another important point. This pension increase might also affect related benefits. Payments like pension credit, attendance allowance, and housing benefit are often tied to the basic pension level. So when the pension amount rises, there may be small changes to those related payments as well. If you're receiving any of those, it's a good idea to check your most recent benefit letters or use the government's online calculator to see exactly how your income might be affected. These adjustments usually happen automatically, but it's always smart to review your entitlements to ensure everything matches your current situation. Meanwhile, for those who haven't yet retired, there's a sense of reassurance too. The government has confirmed that the state pension age remains at 66, and the gradual increase to 67 will continue as planned by 2028. There are no new proposals to accelerate that timeline, which means those approaching retirement can plan ahead with greater confidence. There's also a focus on modernization. The Department for Work and Pensions has been developing a pension dashboard, a digital tool that will allow citizens to view all their pension information in one place, including both state and private pensions. This kind of transparency could make managing finances much easier, especially for people who have worked in multiple jobs over the years. Instead of dealing with stacks of paperwork or long phone calls, pensioners will eventually be able to log in and see everything clearly summarized online. At Pensioners Corner, we think that's a welcome step forward, a sign that the system is slowly adapting to meet the needs of a new generation of retirees who want convenience and clarity, not confusion and forms. Of course, these positive steps don't mean the challenges are over. Inflation, while lower than it was at its 2023 peak, still remains high in areas that affect pensioners most: food, energy, and housing. Many older citizens continue to face uncertainty about future costs, especially during the winter months when heating expenses can rise sharply. That's why several senior advocacy groups have urged the government to consider additional support measures this winter, such as expanding the winter fuel payment or continuing extra cost of living payments for vulnerable pensioners. While no new one-off bonuses have been confirmed yet, sources suggest that there could be further announcements closer to November once updated energy forecasts are available. For now, though, the confirmed pension increase is being viewed as a meaningful first step. It's a concrete policy that delivers immediate help, something pensioners can actually see reflected in their accounts. For many people, that simple certainty matters more than big political promises. It shows that the government is taking practical action at a time when it's most needed. The move could also have wider benefits. When pensioners receive higher incomes, it doesn't just help individuals, it boosts local economies too. Research consistently shows that pensioners spend most of their income in their local communities, supporting small businesses, local shops, and services. That means a stronger pension system helps everyone, not just retirees. Still, the government faces tough balancing acts in the years ahead. Public finances remain tight, and every new commitment brings questions about how to maintain stability while ensuring fairness across generations. But most people, across all political views, agree on one thing: those who worked for decades deserve financial security and respect in retirement. If you're wondering how this change will appear in your payments, it's quite straightforward. Your next pension payment after October 27th will include the new higher rate automatically. The exact date depends on your usual payment schedule, whether you're paid every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks, but it will align with your regular cycle. You'll also receive official communication confirming the new amount either through a letter, email, or your online pension account, depending on how you currently receive updates. If you use online banking, you'll similarly notice the adjusted figure the next time your pension is deposited. And if you prefer paper statements, the updated rate will be listed there as well. All of this reflects a broader shift in how the UK approaches retirement policy, a shift toward consistency and reliability. While there are still challenges ahead, the October increase is a reminder that the system continues to function and respond to economic realities. So, as October 27th approaches, pensioners across the country can look forward to a tangible rise in their payments. Not a promise for the future, but a confirmed change they'll see in their accounts soon. At Pensioners Corner, our goal is simple: to keep you informed, confident, and prepared. Whether it's updates on pension payments, new government programs, or advice on managing retirement